Hey guys, I'm Will Bender, and today I have the distinct honor of doing one of my favorite things, and that's answering your comments on YouTube. This comment comes from us from a Barnhill25, which reads, "Can you go over the new civilization? Any recommendations on which is more beneficial for P6s?" So this is a two-pronged question, and I'll go ahead and answer it in the order that it was given to me. So again, thanks Barnhill25 for this comment and this video suggestion. So let's go ahead and go over the brand new civilization that came out about a month ago. If you go over here to your civilization temple, you hit your popularity, switch civilization. You would do this if you don't have it as your normal civilization. And we'll scroll all the way to this far right button, which has the Huaxia Civilization. The first stuff over here has some interesting lore bits. If you go ahead and click on the civilization characteristics, the yellow stuff kind of gives you, well, the yellow text gives you all of the essentials that you would need to know about this. So its specialty is it increases all unit attack, maximum march size, and rally attack, which if you're a strong P6 and you're going after a lot of attacks, this is highly desired right now. Everything on here is just amazing, especially if you're one of your rally leaders for your alliance during the throne battles. This is a great talent to have. If we go over to the exclusive hero, it reads, hero specialty, increase forging speed and material production speed. Exclusive skill will allow you to reduce the forging time, increase the chance of getting high quality equipment when forging, and get blue material and obsidian. So if you're in the process of trying to craft your Asylum set or trying to reforge it up to the Archangel set, I could see this being very well desired, especially the material production speed, because if you're not, you can't always get materials from gathering, you can't always get materials from monsters, even if you have the right talents going on. So this sort of helps you have a faster rate all the time around. So this is pretty nice for a P6. And then after that we have the Guardian Beast, which is your dragon. And this is probably the most interesting. Like all the other ones were sort of like given, except maybe the rally size and everything like that, but this is probably the most interesting out of all four of the dragons. It's called the Auspicious Omen Kylan. Mythical creature specialty, increase the damage dealt and have a chance to render some enemy troops powerless in combat. So what does that mean? Well, let's go find that out. If we scroll all the way over here to our right, where our dragon is, and if we scroll all the way down over here, you'll see a whole bunch of eggs to the civilizations that you don't have. This one should be at the bottom. It'll be this turquoise color here. And if I go all the way to this talent right here, maneuverable, in a siege battle, confuse 1.5% of the defender's soldiers, rendering them powerless in combat. Now this is remarkably interesting, but in my opinion it needs a lot of play testing in order to see which soldiers become defenseless in battle. How effective is it against powerhouse castles? If you think about it, if you're going up against someone of my size, and I am 17.6 million power, if you were to attack my troops, and I have 1.4 million, that means 1.5% of those will be rendered useless when I'm trying to defend myself. That may not seem like a large number, but then we start thinking about the powerhouses of our realms. And if I go over here to our power ranking, right there. Now let's say I start facing off against some of these almost 1 billion power. You know they have a lot of troops. I can tell you that the #1 person here, back when he was 650 million power, had 80 million troops. 1.5% of 80 million troops is a large number. So all of those can be rendered gone. So hopefully that answers a little bit about what the new civilization has to offer. The second question is, any recommendations on which is more beneficial for P6? So I'm going to answer this in the specific way that it was written. So I'm going to assume that they are already P6. They're not getting there, they are already there. In my opinion, you have three options that are very valid. The only one that to me is not very valid, and people may say otherwise, is the Dragonborn class. It is very heavily defensive favored. So Now I'm getting attacked. There are people getting attacked left and right. So I would say that the Dragonborn class is one that you would not consider as a P6. It just doesn't have enough going for it. There's just not enough attack stats. There's not enough benefit to have there. The Viking Civilization, which is the one that I currently have, I believe has tons of merit. Mostly because it increases your cavalry attack, which is, it's okay, but it reduces the enemy archer attack. And with that being the staple of everyone's attacks, you're going to have a very, very good defense against some of these stronger attacking castles. And cavalry are starting to make sort of a resurgence within troop formations anyway, so that's not a big deal. Plus, the Guardian Beast increases attacking abilities. If I go over to my attacking beast, which I do have up to a not the best level, but a decent level. Actually, I want to go on over to the talents. No, I was right the first time. I mean, this one right here increases archer attack by 5%, and it can keep going up to a maximum of 14%, and that's static after that's just static if he's active. Siege attack increased by 5%, infantry attack increased by 5%. That one's cavalry, and then this is all units. If I get my guy up to 30. So if I really max out this dragon, it makes up for the large difference that I don't get from some of the other civilizations. But let's go over a couple of those other civilizations. So we're in Viking. Yamato is another huge one I see a lot of people having, purely because greatly increases archer attack. So we have a whole bunch of we have sort of a rock paper scissors thing going on here. Vikings reduces archer attack, Yamato raises it, so you can kind of say they even each other out if they were to face each other, in a way, I guess. So increases archer attack, experience gained from killing monsters, and reduces siege attack, which is pretty good. The hero has to do with construction, doesn't really help with P6 if you're already there with the P6 unless you're trying to get P6 troops. The Guardian Beast reduces battle losses, which is, that's very important. If I'm sending a very large wave, I want to try and reduce as many battle losses as possible. So for a P6, this is a highly valid option. If I were to go over to the last one, the Huaxia, again, very valid for a P6. It increases all unit attacks, maximum march size, and rally size. You can't go wrong with that. You just can't go wrong with that. The hero helps with constructing armor, so that's more of a do you need this basis type thing. And the Guardian needs a lot of play testing in my opinion. So I guess my final analysis is this. If you are strong with a civilization already, like I am very close to respect on Vikings, I would just write out whatever that you're on, unless it's Dragonborn. Don't go with Dragonborn. Looks nice, doesn't feel nice. So I would stick with that, only because if you switch it, you don't lose your reputation that you built, but if you attack some, like let's say that you're Viking like me, and you switch to Huaxia, and then after you're in Huaxia, you attack a Viking castle, your popularity starts to go down. You start losing your progress on those types of castles. So unless you feel like avoiding those castles for forever, it's not really worth it. But I would honestly say that the best ones for P6 would be either the Viking or the Huaxia. Yamato's pretty cool, but if we're talking about raw attack stats, Huaxia beats Yamato any day. So Viking for its really good dragon and for its reduction in archer attack, or the Huaxia who just has pure battle stats. So a Barnhill 25, I hope that answers your question a little bit. If any of you guys have any questions whatsoever based on the game, show them to me in the comments below. I will be reading them every time. I'll probably comment to them every time until I become extremely popular. And more than likely, I'll make a video out of it, just because I can. I have that time. So everyone, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for all the submissions that are coming in. And until next time, guys, I will see you on the battlefield.